I'd like to know who the missing enemy leader is, rather what type of a class it is. Warlord is troublesome, but it should be fairly straightforward combat. Sorcerer is gonna be a big trouble later on if he gets the high tier summon and chaos rift type of spells. I want to know basically if the guy we're missing here is a rogue. Summoned creatures something you can still deal with, and Chaos Rift I can deal with by sending in a sacrificial army first to train their casting abilities. The Shadow Elementals are something I don't know. I still don't have a good answer to them, although I'm playing with Tigrans this time, not Undead all that much, so I suppose that should be enough. It's a lot of fire time damage with the Tigrans. I don't see that it would be a similar problem like it was initially, or in the previous campaign. Either way, Observatory. That will give us what we want. Pearl Mine, that's extra income. I don't want to produce anything else. Might be a good idea to get some defenders here though. Can't afford it now. Paralyzing Hand. Petrifying. It's more or less like webbing though, so what the fuck is the point of giving this to webbing? I suppose you can't stack the webbing attempts. It has a recovery time, but we could petrify and web. Alternatively, give the petrification to him. Druidry. We need spells too. We want the Seeker ability so we can use range units that ignore all obstacles. So obstacles and range won't matter. Summon Eldritch Animal. This will keep us going for another turn or two. This is a warlord territory. Something there. Frost giant. I'm sort of curious what is it supposed to be guarding? There's nothing here, so is it here for me to just fight with or what? Basic defending units, nothing special. I'll have to kill these. Treasure site. Home to many polar creatures. I'm hoping they'll take the initiative and fight when we have a larger 10-man group here. We'll see. Also, I'm not comfortable with leaving the giant here. Why the fuck am I bringing this guy here when I could just cast Animate Ruins? Because I can't cast Animate Ruins, but... we do need to take care of this. Do I want to go with that now or take care of the giant first? The giant is too big of a concern to be just left here unattended. So minor enemy okay, but a giant? I'm not sure what Frost Giant can do. Wall Crushing, Frostbite, Demolisher, Giant, Mountaineering. It seems like it's just a good fighter. There's nothing all that special about it. Can we seduce him? Yeah. It's 35% chance that we'll get a Frost Giant. It's not a great chance, but there's the but. That but's worth grabbing. Shaken and used up quite a lot of his moment points. He'll probably still be able to attack twice. Hopefully we are able to stand it. Just need to attack it once. Okay, do I want to heal him first, or do I just go for the kill? I think we'll go for the kill. Ah, it's a shame we didn't get the giant. Should be able to heal pretty much full health. Alright. They should be spells. Doesn't really matter what they are, anything will be welcome at this point. They're not all that big of a threat to me. That said, I'm not exactly at full health either, so some caution is probably warranted. We're at risk of losing our harpooners. Such goddamn weaklings. Right, you need to heal them up. You're stunned. And you're stopped. God damn it. Can't be helped, it's a static field, it's an area-wide thing. We're at the least risk of losing the trolls though because of it. The regrowth is not gonna be enough. And you whip that son of a bitch down. Right, and we don't have the gullification attack. And you're stuck. Who gets the kill? In some ways it doesn't really matter, but sort of does. Reasonably close to a level up with a lot of guys. Might as well wait for the regrowth to heal the trolls a little bit. Trolls could also get a fairly easy level up out of this. Petrification touch. Right, we can end this any second we want to. I think the trolls would benefit the most. They're okay units now, but they lack the hit points and special abilities to be amazing units. And I think getting to veteran status will change that. I'll get the killing momentum. Which is what exactly? I think I know what it is, but still. Once per combat round, this unit gains 1 additional action point and can move 1 additional hex upon killing an enemy. So that's very useful. Even if it's just you going into a guard mode, even that, then it's very useful. What spells did I get? Nothing. 119 knowledge. Produce Hunter Research. I get something instantaneously. But we could get summon Eldritch Animal very quickly. It's necessary for Shaman and the Greater summoning body. Calls upon an Eldritch creature of the wild, summons a random animal. They're a little bit better than the animals I can currently summon. Yeah, I think that's a good one. It's probably 2 turns otherwise, so we might as well get it out of the way. There's a lot of more small fights here. Not sure if this is worth taking, but then the legendary fight there might be. We'll heal for 1 additional turn. Go get that. That's troops. Spells? No. Forbidden location for spells and resources. Money and mana. Very useful. Maybe produce a single unit here just so that the enemy can walk in here and take it without a fight. We really don't care about this, but it could be vital in controlling the water areas. Otherwise we might have armies coming from all over the place instead of just a land bridge. So giving this up might be a big mistake. But we're still getting minus 100 gold per turn, so yeah, can't exactly do that either. Important production, that'll vastly increase our amount of knowledge and area of control. Want to cast anything? I sort of want to build up my mana reserves at this point. Nothing important is happening at the moment. You have to go with Arctic Empire or Domain of Winter. Probably Arctic Empire. Gradually spreads out Arctic terrain from my empire. It'll suck up most of my resources, but it's a massive moral benefit for us because I would be immune to it while the enemy is not. I'll precast it. I'll have to release it immediately. Emmanuel combat. Dire penguins are picking a fight. Hated terrain. Yeah, the terrain is a big problem for us at the moment. It's pretty much impossible to get any kind of significant positive morale going as long as that's there. Which means control of the undead city that has the heart of winter in its domain is of primary importance. If we lose that, it's a massive army-wide morale rout. Or let's say rather, we lose a massive army-wide morale advantage over them. Charm some of them. They're good scouts, and if we have multiples, all the better. So some random guy bumping into them isn't gonna kill them all. Stunned, that's the only one who can still function. We can tie him up better. Right, we are free to try our charm attempts. If they don't work out, we can swipe them out. Might still get one of them, but we'll choose the one who's under control at the moment. It's in the best condition. Now the Mystic could benefit greatly from this. Shamans are also at the edge of getting gold ranked, getting the heal ability. I don't think we had the luxury of waiting for that. I don't want to let the Dire Penguins attack. Not sure how you would go about seducing penguins though. Not sure I want to know. Right, I did this so I can give my hero a chance to heal any potential units. So, now we have two clear healers in the army. Repeat of the same fight basically. We'll try to get more Dire Penguins. I think we have one already in this area, so we're moving to the east. If we get 2 or 3 in total, we'll be much more comfortable with the scouting group. We can either to spread them about a little bit to scout the area more efficiently, or just go for the safety aspect. Maybe a little bit of both, depending on how things look. I mean, there usually aren't that many wandering large sea forces, random sea forces. There might be enemy fleets, but at that point, if it's a significant enemy fleet, we're all gonna die anyway. If our force is just a couple of penguins, so it doesn't make much of a difference at that point. The random creatures should not pose too much of a threat, if there are any. Go for the charm directly this time. We have a potential to get the third one too, but I would have to let it do whatever it wants to do first. Might be better if we just kill it off now. That way we'll have two squads that are in full condition, full health. Okay. It's a big fight this time, but we have a fairly large force here, so we'll get some casualties, but that's it. Four Yeti force is nothing to sneer at. Here 3 units, spider units. A lot of range support and shaman support. And a high elf unicorn rider, whatever that actually does. You can use the warlord as a bait / sacrificial unit as needed. I think I'm paying an upkeep for it anyway, so getting rid of it is probably a good idea. There's enough regular army units here that we don't need the war. Right, doesn't look like they're gonna hold back here, so we want to prevent them from being able to hit all of us at the same time though. Mammoth is the only dangerous one. Still they have these numbers, so if I'm careless with my formations here I might get overwhelmed easily. I could try to get extra units out of this, but I don't see why I would want to. Again, we have a fairly substantial force here anyway. I don't think these guys are much of a problem. The thing is, the hunters have especially bonuses to killing these type of creatures. So we'll do extra damage. Teleporting cavalry, which is nice. We have a lot of intact units here, so I want to use them as a barrier instead of the wounded one. They do mostly frost damage, or at least big part of their attacks is frost damage, meaning they're basically totally worthless against hits. Everyone's gotten their level up here already, except you. A fairly easy fight for an army of this size. Some more important level ups. Ranges, strength and hit points. We'll keep getting defenses, health and attacks, range strength. When these guys get martial arts, the gold rank, they're very, very good. They're already good, I think. Just not quite at the level I'd like them to be. Yeah, no more frost weakness. 14 points. One with the trees. All units in the hero's army gain forest concealment. Don't really give a shit. You have to have a very specific type of activity in mind to go for something like that. Entangling touch might not be a horrible idea, but we already have cold lightning, so I'm not sure if I want to keep entangling people. Extra resistances is useful. Extra 20% protection is useful. Cold protection. I sort of think I want to take these army buffs in general. We need blight resistance. 2 entangling touch. That seems wrong. Maybe it comes from 2 different sources. Vision range upgrade is not a bad thing. Light protection. All units the hero's army regenerate additional 6 health each turn. Not a bad thing, but we already have 2 healers, so I'm not sure that counts for all that much. Right. A lot of extra resistances, 40% extra at least in Frost, Blight and Spirit. I'm more interested in seeing how it shows with the other units. Blight, Frost, this is positive. Okay. What about you? We don't have the big Frost weakness anymore. We were already fairly resistant to spiritual damage. Like, we sent the wolf out too on a boat. Alternatively, city defender. Saves me the trouble of having to construct any. Yeah, hated terrain. We need the Heart of Winter very quickly. It's already causing a huge amount of grief for me. And for additional 50 gold I can just buy it basically. Or wait 2 turns. Get it. Arctic Empire. Arctic terrain gradually spreads out from your caster's empire. I'll wait for that, then do it. Summon Eldritch. Shaman. Summon Gargantuan animal. Summoned units require less upkeep basically, and it only costs a single turn. Yeah, take it. We definitely need the goddamn happiness. Yeah, minus 15% income from happiness. So if we can shift that, things should go to our way much better. So we also need to get some activities to some of these. Okay, work needs to go to some other army. I'm fairly happy with these. It has cavalry, the support unit, and 3 archers. But that's 1 archer too many at least. Still, we'll spread them about and see if we can get some kind of decent activity for them. If for nothing else, frontline combat duty. Longsword of dire penguin slaying. Or 100 gold. This might be a shitty sword, which it absolutely is, but 95 gold is nothing. So at the same time, it is not a good weapon. I wish I could see what my heroes actually have. I'm pretty sure my main hero has it. It has a better weapon. He has a mythical weapon, and the others don't use melee weapons really at all. So we could have gotten it for this guy. Yeah, and he's the longbow man shockbolt shooter. So, and has cold lightning. So the melee is nice, but it's largely irrelevant. I was wondering, does this add blight damage to the cold lightning ability? It does not. Right. Where to next? There's some kind of site there. This area needs clearing, but we have a much better army group there. I'm not sure if it's a good idea to send everything out there. At the same time, I don't particularly want to spread these out everywhere either. What would be the goddamn point? Can I dismiss you somehow? It has a significant mana upkeep and the unit itself is worthless to me here. But I think we want to mainly move toward the land bridge and go over it. Although I'm very suspicious about the huge amount of empty area here. So maybe some kind of fighting capability here is not a bad idea. Don't want any surprises, really. Right, what exactly are we doing here? We needed to clear out the areas close to this before we can continue us on somewhere else. I think it might not be a horrible idea to just basically push on the water and attack some of the enemy cities immediately. I don't see anything particularly valuable here. It's mostly explored already. There might be like the vault of knowledge. It's not like it's a huge. No. We haven't explored that. Yeah, that was the big thing. The hope here is that by the time our proper armies arrive, we have targets for them to go after, so they don't have to do the scouting part anymore. Is this a new enemy? Edward, who are you? State your business. I'm Edward, Lord Commander of the Commonwealth Torchbearers. My name is Rolar. I have been sent by High Queen Sandhild and Arvid the Dark. Kolda Yaka is threatening to melt the eternal ice. They intend to cross in the Frostling lands, once they finish conquering Briska, and we mean to stop them. I see. Briska used to be my personal domain, but I have been unable so far to stop Javaska and Ankanathon. Well, enemies of my enemies should be my friends, I suppose. I will make you a proposal. If you agree to a formal alliance with the Commonwealth and help us to push this cult of Yaka from our lands, then I will cede the northern half of Briska to the Frostling nation as a gesture of gratitude and friendship. No. I mean, we can always break the word later, and I'm not exactly the queen. I don't recall. We were supposed to drive everyone out of Briska. We might get in trouble with this, but I still think it's a sensible thing to do. Otherwise it's 3 against 1. At least 2 of the sides are allied against me, so we can even the score, or we can sort of act independently, I suppose. I want more. The whole of Briska used to belong to the Frostlings. See no reason not to take it all. This land isn't even yours to give, it's held by the cult Yakad. We're going to conquer it and return it back to the frozen land it should be. We'll probably be willing to ally with your Commonwealth in the future. We'll see what the future brings when it arrives then. We can negotiate or fight if you prefer, over Briska later. For now though, shall we fight together against our common enemy? Yes, that would make sense. Yeah, I feel that's I like this because it basically lays out our intentions clearly. We have no real quarrel with them, but we came here to secure Briska. We not basically not negotiated away our own. Prototype rifle. It doesn't really have anything interesting. Prevents the negative effects of trespassing. I ask open borders. I'm not sure if it's included in the alliance, but I do need to pass through here. See what happens. I think the outlying borders be green if we have open borders. So it indicates how are you okay to go within or not. It's white for us here because there are our own borders. It could also apply to some neutrals. I don't recall the details how the hell it works. So better to send in the proposal than to ignore it. Right. Big army action. How to do this? We're in a fairly good position, so going to legendary sanctum now might be the best idea. Alternatively, clear out the... No, we want the sanctum first because we're gonna get wounded there. Then we use the shitty fights to heal up again. Okay, enemy. I have no idea. Seduction. It's a formidable force, and we're mass cursed. But the undead don't care. The trolls might. They care. Curse units suffer minus 300 morale, minus 2 defense, minus 2 resistance. Undead are unaffected by this. What is a dire bear? Overwhelm. Better against pikemen and shielded units. Melee units deal an additional plus 4 damage against bleeding units. It also has athletics, so it can move a little bit extra. Really don't have much worth casting. Need to use some kind of ability to force them into coming a little bit closer. We also have minor injuries on pretty much everyone in this entire goddamn army. Would be best try to get rid of some of the secondary units. Maybe the nymphs. Are you? Yeah, they have the different animal instruction. It's potentially a big problem for us. No line of sight. I'm in fairly big danger if I go there, so I'm not too eager doing that. Still, you can probably survive it. Can you attack? No. I have to do a melee attack, and at that point I'm so vulnerable to a lot of things. Moving a little bit to deny their line of sight to us. They'll have to move if they want to come after us. And he's blocking passageway for the bear. That went surprisingly well. Single hit point left. We don't have the firepower to kill us anymore. Three support units to one of them, which is a shaman. Doesn't have quite as much firepower as the apprentices or witch doctors or whatever. Has the entangled touch, but used it over. Still, I'll have to move this away just to heal our ally, otherwise they're gonna get killed. Shamans are not gonna do a goddamn thing anymore. Right, this fight is decided. If they move, they die. If they attack, they die. Inflict frostbite, extra melee and resistance and hit points. Melee strength, resistance, hit points. Another one and we'll get fearsome. Disintegration. Fires bundles of destructive energy that dissolve all matter they come in contact with. Attempts to destroy target enemy unit. If it fails, the unit suffers 25 physical damage instead. So instant death or 25 physical damage. 135 mana and 48 casting points. Yeah, I'll take the disintegration, thanks. Right, we're gonna use the rest of the turn to heal up. What is this? Treasure site. Summons the dead back to life. Terrorize the surrounding area. Okay. This is old well that draws boiling necromantic energy to the surface, so it's not all that useful to us anymore. This is much more relevant. And we'll use it to heal up the wounded units. Whenever a unit dies, the unit who killed it is healed for 15. They have nothing that really threatens us. Right, I can maybe flank them. Maybe control them. It would end the fight and the reanimator is a good unit anyway. A sickle. Bloodthirsty. Melee attacks deal additional 4 physical damage against bleeding units. Whoopie fucking dude, sell it. I think I'll send the reanimator up here. There's no healer here, and if this group has to basically leave there for any reason, they can't do shit. Right. This should be a fairly trivial fight. I might be able to get a flying scout out of this. What the hell is that? Bone vulture? Good flying unit, good scouting unit. Basically because they might have actual vision Carrion bird. Undead. But flying... yeah, that's pretty much it. Not exactly a super versatile thing. New luck. We might actually be able to get the crows. No, wrong characters. Okay, so we got hurt a little bit, but nothing too bad. Got a chance to heal the hero. Alright, not much of a fight as expected. You can heal to the drinking of the well. There's some kind of a enemy group here that we have to take care of too. For the most part, there's really nothing, so we need to move on to offensive. We'll go after some specific targets at least. 10 points. Scourge of the Undead, but I could never cast this anyway. We want to make ghouls. Inflict ghoul curse. Alternatively, start bumping up necromancy like crazy. We've made our choice. Throw curse would be a useful thing, because it would make them more vulnerable to seduction and capture attempts. I think I'll hold on for that. Not sure I want it. Necromantic aura might be a thing. Ah, you. Double gravity. What does this guy do for the most part? I think we want sorcery to be higher at every objective. He has good spells, very good spells. Is that it? We have 500 gold, so we should be able to produce some sort of upgrades, even if it's just extra mana income. This is also in a fairly profitable location, so we should push forward the area control to get extra out of these places. That would be stone walls, laboratories, that sort of thing. The extra knowledge income is also very, very useful at this stage. Right, I'll end the turn and leave things at that. A lot of extra knowledge now. We just have to focus. We have to have a plan where we take this. I think I'll take it toward the better summoning spells. We have so many sites and cities that we can reasonably maintain a large offensive summon creature force. It's also a very fairly good counter what the sorcerer can do. So technically it should all work out more or less. Probably. There's a little bit of an if in there, but I don't think it's too big of an if. The important part is that you focus on something instead of go all over the place, wondering what the hell you should focus on. Seeker on the spells that would allow us to use trebuchets very, very effectively. Can I befriend one of you? Yes, 55% chance, not bad. Yeah, didn't work. Shamans will be fine. Polar bears lost some of their mobility when we tried to befriend them. So they got bloodied a little bit, but that's it. I think I'm killing the kill to these guys too. There are really a lot of units that could use it though. But this army does not have a healer. We want to... for God's sakes. I don't see how I could win this, but I can't say it's impossible either. 70 points of damage, yeah, well, yeah, it's pretty impossible. We'll try this once. 40% chance of death or some damage. Yay! What a shame. It's a pretty big difference, I think. In that now he lost a big ship and achieved nothing with it. Also, a lot of knowledge income increases. Yeah, enemy ships all over the place. They're more or less just sending scouts out, I think. There's nothing good coming our way. Okay, they opened our borders. We are not losing a massive amount of money anymore. We might be able to do cheap upgrades, but we'll have to be careful where we stick these. We're gonna need more mana income because we're gonna start throwing around expensive spells. It require a lot of upkeep, including Arctic Empire. Adds the ability to inflict frostbite to produce units, removes all Arctic terrain penalties when located within your domain. So this should be easy to check. City with Arctic penalties. There is no penalty from the Arctic anymore. Yep, they're immediately sort of happy. Plus 15% income from happiness. Which means we can start spreading the Arctic Empire. Arctic terrain gradually spreads out from the caster's empire. So hopefully we'll basically fight at a huge moral advantage against them. What about you? This is frontline defensive outpost, so stone walls. Enchanted threads form a net that throws itself at a random enemy unit, attempts to ensnare target enemy unit in a net. Ensnared units cannot take any action for 2 turns. Enemies behind city walls cannot be affected. So it's a pretty big defensive structure. They want to take this. We can ensnare them in place and keep firing at them. So shooting grounds to get better range units, stone walls to get better walls, enchanted turret to help with the defense, and then some range units to keep things at bay. Okay, what do you do? Not much. We could produce frigates here though. Might not be a horrible idea to do. Archers are trained to aim for living creatures' vital organs. They receive razor projectiles ability. All archers. For a single turn. We have a lot of archers. All the defensive fights will require archers. So the extra bleeding will add a lot of damage then. So we'll leave things here. The only thing we have to worry about is that there's a group of scouts coming in. So we'll have to send something to counter those. We'll lose this if we don't build something in it. At the same time, it's definitely enough to defend this to at least do it. These guys would not be able to fight in anything but the ship, so they're easily handled. I'm going to have to delay some of the constructing in these places. It doesn't matter too much, and I do need the gold value to stay on the positive. So yeah, I think what we need to do now is push the existing armies on the front lines. We have basically too many compared to the condition our cities are in. They're too small to maintain this level of an armed force. So we either have to expand on that, or we have to kill off some of our troops. I don't particularly care which one we do. We could also... yeah, I think we should send the ships back. Here's why. They're already damaged and I have nothing to repair them with. The structure that builds the fleets can also build units that are able to repair the ships. No, some other one was... Yes, Tigran Builder with a repair machine ability. So I think this is what we want more than anything. This will mean that we'll have an active fleet in this area that can repair. That's basically more than a match for all casual squads trying to come over this, and they can repair themselves quickly after each fight. So it makes sure that if they want to come over this, they'll have to use the land bridge, and we'll have a fairly good control of it, with them having to force their way through this point where we have city defenses and hopefully a respectable defensive force too. So it is a hard place to try to push through. Well, at least that's the plan.